I'm Tom, Alchemy Wizard. Let's talk about particle size. If you make your own colloidals, and you buy your own colloidals, you may wonder about particle size. You may have heard about particle size. Well, certainly if you make colloidals, you've heard about particle size. Does particle size matter? Let's find out. Let's explore. Let's delve into the topic of particle size and colloidals. In very basic terms, particle size can alter the efficiency of the colloidal nanoparticle that you happen to be taking. But that's just a general rule because it doesn't apply to all colloidals either. If you're drinking gold, for example, the nanometer size is around 20 to 40 nanometer size is supposedly the optimal size for drinking that colloidal. For more specific colloidals like gold, anything in the 20 to 30 nanometer range would be rose-colored gold or ruby red gold tends to be better than the purple gold or the gray or the clear gold. But that's just from independent testing that's been around, and that one seems to have gotten more testing than others. The outliers like titanium or zinc, there's absolutely no information on what size particles are better. Generally speaking, I think with low voltage electrolysis or plasma arc, we're creating somewhere around 20 to 40 nanometer size particles with those things. And I think that is like the go-to size as far as particles that are probably best for the body in general health and well-being. And copper is a really strange one too because there are a couple ways of making copper with different kinds of particle sizes and different oxidation states. And I would love to tell you that you just need to make copper zero, which is like a brownish kind of copper. But it depends on what you're using it for with copper too. Copper cyan or copper green or a combination of those two. And that copper happens to be very good for allergies, seasonal allergies, sinus infections, things like that. So again, the use and the type of metal can determine the best course of action for it and maybe not so much particle size in a sense. Now, normally in a laboratory, they'll measure particle size using an electron microscope. Of course, that's way beyond my ability and everybody else's ability to actually afford. So what I've devised is what we call utilizing the Tyndall effect of colloidals, and that requires a laser beam, one of these lasers, and shooting it through the solution so the particles will light up. Viewing hundreds of samples in the laser microscope, I can actually tell you how a sample was made just by looking at the picture, because the quality of the colloidals is a little different in each way that you make it. You have plasma arc colloidal, which has one kind of quality to it, and then you have low voltage electrolysis colloidal, which has a different kind of quality to it, and even laser colloidals have a different quality to it. Is that because of particle size? It might be. It also could be due to particle shape because colloidals aren't always round. They look round with the light bouncing off of them from the Tyndall effect, but they don't have to be round. Some of them could be long and thin or optical size or whatever. It can vary, and that will affect how the light reflects off of the particles with the Tyndall effect. I mean, normally if you're just looking really far away through the sample with the gun, you're not going to be able to see anything. But with the video microscope, we're able to get up close and look at the reflected light and to see what we got going on. And so sometimes I can make assumptions about colloidal particle size, but they're just assumptions. Now here's an interesting thing that you can have with the laser microscope that you probably wouldn't even see if you were just looking at the beam through the flask. This is a picture. I don't have it a sample handy, but I do have it saved on the computer. This is a picture of what exploding colloidals looks like. And what's happening here in this particular sample is the van der Waals forces are being ripped apart and the colloidals are actually breaking down and coming apart. And I have this, you can have this sort of thing happen with magnesium and zinc if you don't make magnesium and zinc properly. The forces that hold the colloidals together are weak and they will just come apart, and before you know it, you won't have any colloidals left in there at all. In summary, colloidal nanoparticle sizes can affect the body in various ways, but it depends on the particular colloidal and what you want to use it for. Sometimes the oxidation states are more important than the colloidal nanoparticle size. I'm Tom, Alchemy Wizard. I'll talk to you again soon.